Mom? Dad? What's going on everybody, how you doing? My name is Courtney-Jai and welcome back to my channel. It is very amazing to have you guys because this channel has just done some crazy stuff over the last 2 weeks. We've gained a load of viewers, we've gained a load of subscribers, we've gained a load of great people in the comments. I've been reading all the comments and you guys are just amazing. The way you guys are expressing yourself and helping each other, that is just what I want. I want this channel to be a community and you guys are making it better and better by the day. So I can't thank you enough for the support. Now today I thought I'd do something for you guys and talk about 5 ways that you can come out. I'm not gonna lie, one of the most common asked questions to me is how do you come out, and mainly how do you come out to your parents. So I'm gonna direct these at your parents, but I want you to think about how you will use these and if you would use these. And yeah, go from there. The first suggestion I'm going to give you is writing a letter. Now a letter is great because not only is it great for a person reading it, they can get everything what you want to say in words. Now the problem with talking to people face on face is that you get stressed out, you get a lot of anxiety and you don't say things how you want to say it. But with a letter you can write it down again and again and again and again until you feel like it is perfectly describing how you feel. And not only that, it's very therapeutic for yourself because you're trying to express these thoughts not only to that person but to yourself. A lot of people are going through denial and having that thought process, going through it and seeing that it's your own words, it's your own thoughts, is very helpful, trust me. And the reason why I want to say this is because for a very long time I suffered with depression. And I got to a really sad point where I didn't want to live anymore. And I wrote a letter, and it wasn't to anybody in particular, it was just a letter to myself, like to write down my thoughts and how I felt. And I remember my dad coming up to me one day and he just said, "You've been off for the last couple of months, I've noticed a difference in you." And I handed him the letter, I don't know why, but I did. And he read it and he cried and he hugged me and he said, "I didn't know you felt that way, and I have felt that way. And I just want to know that I love you and you love me and you're great." And that was amazing for my dad, and it really helped me out, and then it led on to the process of me eventually coming out. And I felt like a letter for you guys could do a similar effect when coming out, so that is definitely something I recommend. Now the second one, and you can see from the beginning of the video, is taking the direct approach. Now that was a bit silly, but if you're going to take seriously, I did this with my mom. I felt like it was easier for me to go directly and tell my mom because my mom has always been an accepting, loving person, and I felt like if I told her she'd be okay with it. And I remember going in and I said, "Hey mom, bisexual." And she literally was like half asleep and she kind of went, "Yeah, I know, it's okay." And I went, "What? Huh?" I was like, "No mum, I'm not joking here. I really am bisexual. I like the women and the men." And she went, "Yeah, it's okay with me. I love you no matter what." And sometimes that's the best approach to go with it. If you have a family member who's very loving, who's very caring, and you know, don't have an affiliation with religion, because a lot of problems come from religion. A lot of people who are messaging me saying they have heavily religious families, and that may not be the approach for you, because I can understand how there is a lot of problems with that and how a lot of people will choose God over their children, which is a horrible thing, but it happens. But if you feel like your parents are opening up and you know, have an open mind, I would definitely go with the straight on approach. Now the first suggestion is make a video. This is something I do all the time. You know, you don't have to be at this amazing quality with lights and all that. You just need a camera in you, and luckily most people have phones these days and you can just sit there and film on your phone. And the best thing about this is it's just like the letter. You can keep refilming it and refilming it and refilming it till you feel like that describes you to a T. I did this a long time ago when I did my coming out story. And I'll tell you something, the best thing about that video is I still go back to it every now and again and I have a watch of it and I see how much I've changed as a person, how much I've grown as a person, how much more of a man I have become as an adult. You know, it's amazing to see that I was a boy there and now I'm a man, I'm grown up, I know who I am, I know what I want to do with my life, and that is something amazing what you can go back to, because you can see how young you were and how different you were back then, and you can see the changes. Plus, your family's going to see it as you. Your mum and dad are going to look at that and go, "That's you, that's my little boy, that's my little girl," and this is tough on them. You can see it. Like, I cried during mine and my dad watched that. I remember I had some problems after I come out with my dad, and I didn't tell a lot of people about it, but it did. It was quite serious. I remember my dad telling me that he felt like he failed as a father. And this was unexpected because when I first come out, he loved me, he hugged me, he felt great, and then a couple of days later, he was different. And then when I made that video and he watched it, something just changed in him. So he got to see the real me, and he got to appreciate how hard this was for me. And I feel like that's something what you guys could do, and it's something which would really help with you. So make a video, and it doesn't have to be this sort of quality, just make it for you. If anything, make a video for you. Sometimes the coming out process is easier if you make something for you, so you can be confident saying, yes, I am that, and I'm proud to be that. So yeah, video is a great idea. Now let's talk about the fourth way. And the fourth way is a little bit different, it's a little bit quirkier, and I feel like it's something what a lot of you could use. Now we all love media, we all love music, we all love films, we all love watching YouTube, we love art, like we love these diverse selection of creativity. And the great thing about that is you can use that in coming out. I remember when I was first getting to grips with who I was and trying to tell my dad that I was bisexual, I made him listen to the song by Macklemore. I think it's The Same Love. I Can't Change. It is a collection. It's someone else sung the first part of that song, and it's a combination of his words. But I resonated with his words because even though I am bisexual and he's not, he felt like the difficulties of, he thought he was gay, and I thought that was great. Like the lyrics just resonate with me. And if you watch that video is beautiful. Watching that boy go from, you know, young and misunderstood to eventually being married. It's a great story to watch through. And showing my dad that and all that, I feel like that kind of opened his mind up. And then, like, if you want to move into films, you've got films like Love, Simon. You've even got like 13 Reasons Why. There's people who are coming out in that process. There's a lot of different films and TV series what are showing people coming out and how hard it is. Sex Education's a good one on Netflix. And yeah, I feel like they're not a way of coming out, so forth to say. They are a way of opening the gates to preparing your parents for what it's like, because you might be watching that with them and they said, well, if my child ever came out, I'd be cool with it, it'd be fine, like I'd love them for who they are. And then that gives you like the openness to go, wow, you've watched the film and dad, mom, I feel that way, I think I am. And that might help you out like during the end of the film, because it's an emotional journey which they understand. A lot of things are opened up to us through those emotional journeys, so I would definitely suggest trying that if you feel that those other methods don't work. So let's talk about the fifth and final way, and this is kind of a cop-out, but it's not, because I wanted to get you guys involved with the video, and that is, I want you guys to decide what the fifth way is, because I've run out of ideas, but I know plenty of you guys have come out. I know plenty of you guys are ready to share your stories, and I want to read them in the comments below, and I bet other people will read them. Other people will appreciate what you have to say, because this is a community. This channel is only as good as you guys make it, and I want you guys to make it better by putting your own input into this video. I want you guys to tell your journey, good or bad, and I want people to learn and make their own mind up if they want to come out now, if they want to come out later, and what's good for them. I can only tell one story, and that's my own, and I can bring people on the channel to be guests and tell their story, but you guys have thousands of stories to tell, and I can't wait to read them. So please take the time to write something down below, because you might change your life today. So everybody, if you liked that video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to follow me on any of my social media, I will put it here. And if you like this video, give it a share. If you feel like it will help somebody, please give it a share. And if you don't agree with anything I say, put it in the comments below. I want to hear why you don't agree with it. I'm going to say love, peace, and chickaroos. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.